What is up guys, it's Jordan and welcome back to the ultimate Airsoft Beginner series. In this series I'm teaching you everything you need to know to get into Airsoft the right way. Whether you're just getting into Airsoft or just wanting to make sure you have the best experience possible, this series will guide you step by step. If you haven't seen episode 1 where I talk about budgeting and getting your first Airsoft replica, then make sure to watch that one first. It's right here in the top right corner. Today in episode 2 we're diving into the most important aspects of Airsoft, which is rules and safety. Now I know, it might not sound as exciting as talking about replicas or gameplay, but trust me, if you don't know Airsoft rules and safety, you will not last long on the field. And even worse, you could get hurt or hurt someone else.
Oh, that sucked!
And that's just not what we want here. So let's just make sure that doesn't happen. Let's get into rules and safety. So why is safety important? Well, Airsoft is all fun and games, but you're still dealing with some high velocity BBs flying around on the field. So if you don't take the right precautions, Airsoft can lead to some serious injuries. The good news, Airsoft is some of the safest combat sports out there, as long as you follow the rules, of course. So what's the number one cause of Airsoft injuries? And no, it's not broken legs or broken arms, it's the lack of eye protection. If you take nothing else from this video, then take this. Never ever remove your eye protection when in a game area. Just a single BB hitting your eye can cause permanent blindness, and that's not an exaggeration. That brings us to the very first major rule. Always wear eye protection. Most fields require NSI rated impact resistant goggles as a minimum. Regular sunglasses or cheap safety glasses just won't cut it. You'll need properly rated goggles designed for Airsoft. The brand I'm recommending is Block Tactical. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but I just really like them and I use them myself. They're a bit more on the expensive side, but they will never fog up and they're just really nice to play with. So look into them. Now, while goggles protect your eyes and will always be mandatory, something I can really recommend is also wearing a lower face mask. A lower face mask will protect your teeth and make sure that they don't get shut out. I've seen way too many players getting their teeth shut out and just missing a chip of their front teeth. And I can tell you, but you probably know already, the dental bills are not cheap and it can hurt a lot. So make sure you protect your mouth as well. Lower face masks can be bought as cheaply as like $15 and they will save you on dental bills massively. If you want to know more about face protection, I've got a full video on it right here in the top corner. So make sure to watch that after this one. Alright, rule number 2 is put your replica in safe and keep your finger off the trigger. Now this is basic firearm safety, but it applies to Airsoft as well. Never keep your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to fire. Your finger should always rest at the side of your gun if you're not actively firing. Also make sure your replica is set to safe mode if you're not in a combat area. Most replicas have a safety switch on the side or on the back of the gun, and make sure to use it. Accidental discharges happen all the time and you don't want to be responsible for hitting someone at close range because you weren't paying attention. So make sure to keep your replica on safe. Alright, let's talk about the safe zone. Most Airsoft fields have a designated safe area where people come to reload, take off their masks and chat in between games. This is not the place to be messing around. So a few steps to do before stepping into a safe zone. Make sure to remove your magazine, make sure to fire a few shots in a clearing barrel just to make sure the chamber's empty, put your replica on safe and optionally add a barrel cover. This ensures no accidental shots are fired when people have their masks off. Alright, let's talk about one of the things that can ruin an Airsoft game instantly. It's not calling your hits. Airsoft is a gentleman's game, and unlike, for example, paintball where you can see the hits, Airsoft BBs don't leave marks. So that means it's up to each player to honestly call their hits when they get hit. If you feel a BB hit you, call it. Raise your hand, shout hit, and walk back to the spawn zone. Now trust me, nothing ruins an Airsoft game faster than cheaters not calling their hits. So make sure to call it. If you see someone not calling their hits, don't go shouting at them or calling them out. Just let the referees or marshals know, they will look at it and make sure that the cheater either complies with the rules or goes home. Alright, the next point is minimum engagement distance. Different airsoft fields have different rules on how close you can shoot someone. If an opponent is too close, instead of firing, you should call out bang and eliminate them without actually firing. For indoor airsoft, semi-automatic is usually mandatory.
Hey, that's full auto in building, bro.
I'm not full auto, it's not full auto.
That's not full auto?
This is. That's full auto.
Damn, bro.
Full auto shots at close range can be really painful and they're just unnecessary. So make sure to comply with those rules. Alright, the next rule is don't blind fire. Blind firing is when you stick your replica across a corner without actually looking over the barrel. This is extremely dangerous and also unfair. You could hit someone at close range, maybe even in the face, which is just very unnecessary. And it's unfair because you don't give your opponent the chance to hit you. And like I said before, airsoft is a gentleman's game, so you want to comply with those rules. Always make sure to look over the barrel and have a clear line of sight when firing. Alright, next one. Most fields have FPS or feet per second limits that prevent injuries. Those limits depend on which field and which country you're playing in. So make sure to check out those rules before you come to the airsoft event. I can also highly recommend getting your own chronometer, which is that little tiny box where you shoot through to measure those limits. If you get one for yourself, you can test out your replicas at home and make sure you're within the limits before going to a field day. Alright, the last point is just be respectful and have fun. Airsoft is meant to be fun. It's a game of honor, strategy and teamwork. And you really don't want to be that guy that just ruins the game for everyone. So be respectful to other players, listen to marshals, and if you see other players struggling, help them. Airsoft is a community, and the more we help each other, the better the games get. Alright guys, that's the end of episode 2. Now that you know all the essential rules and safety tips, you're ready to hit the airsoft field without making rookie mistakes. In the next episode, episode 3, we're gonna dive into gear and accessories and look at what's necessary, what's just hype, and how to build the perfect starter airsoft loadout. Alright, if you found this video helpful, then make sure to drop a like, subscribe down below, and let me know in the comments if I've missed anything in your opinion. Alright, I'll see you guys in episode 3. Peace!